We are aiming to give you as complete an overview of the Fremont Street experience as possible. This should be the only downtown Vegas video you have to watch. Are you ready? Let's go!
This is Bingans Adventures.
For this video, we're going to consider the Fremont Street experience anything from the Plaza to the downtown container park, plus some adjacent museums and casinos. We'll also be excluding general hotel reviews, but we have a few videos linked in the playlist at the end of this one. This video is about the sights, sounds, activities, bites, and sips. Now this script is 19 pages long, so strap in. We're going to cover everything that we've done as part of the Fremont Street experience and give you our honest opinion. Prices are current at time of filming. Before we get started, a quick note on drinking on Fremont Street. Like the Strip, you can open carry alcohol on Fremont Street, but legally it must be in plastic. There are signs posted everywhere, and if you buy cans at a place like the ABC store, they'll staple the bag shut. Now the police will come hard and fast against anything glass, but they don't necessarily enforce the no cans rule, but that doesn't mean they can't. Remember, just because you didn't get caught speeding doesn't mean speeding is legal. There's a simple solution though. Nearly every casino has a stack of plastic cups at their exits. Walk into one, grab a free plastic cup, pour the can into it, discard the can, and responsibly enjoy as much as you'd like while walking around. Let's cover many of the things to do in downtown Vegas and their costs. Up first is Viva Vision, which is the name of the LED canopy stretching over Fremont Street. Now this is the world's largest LED screen at 1,375 feet long and a whopping 90 feet wide. During the day, they do have some cool patterns that are neat to watch, and they also regularly play ads for Fremont Street experience activities. The screen really comes to life at night by combining mind-blowing visuals, concert quality sound, and the biggest musical artists into one immersive show. The shows run at the top of the hour from 6 to 2 a.m., and each one is no more than 8 minutes long. Viva Vision is one reason to visit Fremont Street at night, and it's completely free. As long as you're looking up, be sure to look out for Vegas Vic. He's down between the Golden Gate and the Golden Nugget. Vegas Vic was built in 1951 outside the Pioneer Club Casino and served as a departure to the traditional Vegas signage of the era. Vegas Vic still stands tall as one of the most recognizable Vegas icons, though the Pioneer Club is now a souvenir shop. Waving hi to Vegas Vic doesn't cost a thing. Head inside the D and up to the second floor to find a chunk of the actual Blarney Castle from Ireland. This stone is a leftover relic from when the D was Fitzgerald's. It's a bit hard to find and many employees don't actually know it's there. Just ask to be directed to the view bar, and once there, look around for it. This is another totally free thing. Up next is the Streetmosphere on Fremont Street Experience. This is our word for the various street performers located in those little circles every few yards throughout the experience. Now those circles are their designated performance spaces, and they're permitted to perform in through a daily lottery. Without these performers, Fremont Street can feel dead and empty. You'll find a variety of performances including contortionists, painters, musicians, costume characters, and more. Now the street performers are one of the primary reasons we say Fremont Street's not for children. Many of the costume people you take photos with are dressed in so little, it could lead to some very uncomfortable conversations with your child. Now, if you're open to that, by all means, stroll through with your kid anytime after about 10 a.m. when they start coming out. You should also note that legally, the performers cannot charge you anything, including those that you take photos with. Now, tips are expected, but don't feel pressured to tip the high amount some might be demanding. Set the price you're comfortable with before you take the picture. Up next is Slotzilla, that giant slot machine you see at the corner of Fremont Street and Las Vegas Boulevard. It's actually a zip line. It starts there at the slot machine regardless of which of their two lines you do. The 7-story high seated flight runs 2 full blocks and it's $49, but the 11-story high Superman style flying line runs 5 full blocks and it's $69. Both include complimentary digital photos. They also have an all-day package that lets you do unlimited rides until 5 p.m. for $69, and occasionally they'll run specials online. There's a $15 video add-on which you should absolutely get. It should also be noted that there's a $5 ticket fee on top of the prices, and that's charged per ticket. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that you should only do the superhero style zoom line instead of the seated one, and you should definitely do it at night instead of during the day. That's why that all-day unlimited rides package is the same price as the Superman style ride. Daytime's going to kind of suck. As mentioned, regardless of what you choose to do, you should add that $15 video package. You're not allowed to carry your own camera on the zip line, so this is the only way to get the video footage that you're seeing on screen now. This was a really fun thing to do. However, there is zero financial benefit to pre-purchasing and pre-booking online. The tickets are the same cost at the door. And when you pre-book online, you're not actually reserving a ride time, but instead an arrival time. This means that if the line's long during your arrival time, and it will be if you're doing it on the night or weekend, you're going to have, let's say, a reserved 7 o'clock ticket, but you're going to end up waiting in line for 2 hours, and then you're not going to ride until 9. That can really throw off the rest of your plans. They don't seem to limit the number of tickets or reservations sold, so the wait can be excruciating if you're not expecting it. I do have a solution for you to get past Slotzilla's greedy sales tactics. Don't pre-book, since there's no monetary savings for doing so. Simply walk by the slot machine and see what the wait looks like. And if it's short, walk into the adjacent ticketing office and buy tickets for right then. If the wait is too long, skip it then and come back later. This gives you flexibility to do things other than waiting in line, because while this ride is absolutely worth it, the wait was not. Neonopoulos is that rounded building right next to Slotzilla that, for lack of a better word, is a mall. Honestly, we weren't too impressed with it. It felt kind of run down and forgotten. We were there on a Saturday night around 9 p.m., and honestly didn't feel particularly safe if we're being honest. Now, I'm not necessarily referring to the spots on the exterior like Fat Tuesday, Heart Attack Grill, or Fat Sal's. I'm talking about the central space of the complex. And again, this is solely based on our personal experience. And while we couldn't fit in every club, bar, activity, and restaurant here, we did check out a couple spots. Cat's Meow is a karaoke club located on the 2nd floor. The security process was quick, but felt more like it belonged at an airport. You enter and exit through a massive gift shop, and there is a cover charge of $10 to get in here. Once you go through all that, you enter a pretty cool themed karaoke bar. This place is loud and packed. Definitely not our thing most of the time. I would recommend going between 5 and 8 p.m. to get their 2-for-1 drinks during happy hour. Also at Neonopoulos is a toy shack, as featured on the hit TV show Pawn Stars. I have to admit, Pawn Stars is a guilty pleasure of mine. The Toy Shack is home to hundreds of unique toys and memorabilia, all in downtown Las Vegas. This was really cool to walk through, almost serving as a toy museum, and it's free. Now, if you want to purchase some of the cool stuff, have those wallets ready, because this is not a cheap spot to get things. I do hope they continue to get more spots into Neonopoulos so it doesn't feel so boarded up. They recently added a new Mexican restaurant on the 3rd floor, and I've heard really cool things about the Nerd. I'll head back here when I have more time to give it a more thorough review, but our shining light here is Heart Attack Grill, which we'll go into more detail on in the dining section. The Neon Museum is located a few blocks off Fremont Street, but it is walkable. I wouldn't do it alone at night, but if you're with a group, you'll probably be fine. Alyssa and I walked there at 7 p.m. in the dark, and it felt just fine. Daytime admission is $25 and nighttime admission is $35. Both cost plus a ticketing fee. Now, we didn't actually end up getting in after that long walk because even though we pre-purchased timed admission, the slightest breeze shuts this spot down. Now, while we recommend doing this at night, be sure to check the weather first. The worst part of our experience was the rude staff and only a partial refund for the canceled experience. While they did refund the ticket price since they shut down due to the weather, they did not refund the ticketing fees that we also paid when we booked. So technically we paid about $5 to walk down and then walk back. I do hear rumor they're eventually moving to a large indoor venue in the Arts District, and hopefully that'll prevent those shutdowns in the future. But based on our current experience, we cannot recommend this. Just beyond the downtown Grand, slightly off Fremont, is the Mob Museum. This is an absolute must-do if you have even a passing interest in the gangster history of Vegas. General admission is $34.95 and it's worth every penny. Plus, there's a $4 off coupon in the Las Vegas Advisor Platinum coupon book. More on that later in this video. There are add-on experiences here for an additional charge, but none of them are necessary to enjoy this place. You could easily spend 6 hours here, and I certainly wouldn't plan on spending less than 1. There's also a distillery speakeasy in the basement, but since museum admission is not required to visit it, we'll cover it later on in the bar section. The Mob Museum is one of those things I'm confident I could go back to again and again. Heading towards the upper end, you'll find Main Street Station and a whole lot of free history. There's a free pamphlet available at the cashier cage that will take you on a self-guided tour around the property to check out all the antiques, original architecture, and even a piece of the original Berlin Wall. We really felt like we were transported back in time going through this property, and it's all completely free. There's live music during daytime and nighttime hours, and while they offer 2 different crowds and experiences, they're equally awesome. Check out the Fremont Street Experience website for a current schedule of bands. And did I mention these concerts are all completely free? There are 3 stages throughout the Fremont Street Experience that you're free to listen to every bit of music you want to. The variety of bands makes it so you'll always find something to enjoy during your visit. Now, the downside to these free live bands and these outdoor stages is that if you're staying on a Fremont Street facing room in one of the Fremont Street hotels, it can get quite loud until about 2 a.m. So if you're a light sleeper, I would recommend staying in a room facing away from Fremont Street or even one of the hotels slightly off of the experience, like Downtown Grand, Main Street Station, or the California. Speaking of the California, another fun free thing to see is located inside. You can go check out the Happy Buddha for free. Just make your wish, leave your blessing, and start your day lucky. Head down to the Golden Nugget to take a peek at the largest gold nugget in existence, the largest ever found with a metal detector, and the second largest ever found, period. It's totally free to check out. While you're at the Golden Nugget, take a peek at the Shark Tank Pool Complex. It's free to look at. Just ask the security guard if you could take a look real quick. You can also enter for free if you plan on gaming at the poolside table games. If you want to use the pools and experience the Shark Tank up close, day passes are $30. We swam in this pool, and it was pretty rad. Like Main Street Station, the Golden Gate features a lot of free looks at history. In addition to some original games and the first phone in Las Vegas, the hotel itself is the first hotel ever built in Vegas. There are some original architecture hidden throughout the spot, including a fountain and an original piece of the wall. There are even still 10 of the original hotel rooms that you can stay in. The Downtown Container Park is, in our opinion, an overhyped free attraction. It's located south of the Fremont Street Experience, and while it does have a bar and dining option we highly recommend, and we'll be covering both of those later in this video, the park in general just isn't worth a stop. There's a stage area that offers a more relaxed music experience than those Fremont Street stages, but there's not a whole lot keeping me here. It's often lauded as a family-friendly experience in downtown, but your kids are going to get bored with the makeshift playground after a bit, and in reality, that playground's the only kid-friendly thing to do here. Plus, it does not stay kid-friendly all day. During evening hours, you have to be 21 and older to get inside. You'll also go through security to get in, and you're not allowed to bring outside drinks in. I assume that's an effort to get you to buy drinks from the vendors inside. There is some neat structural art here, but you can see that from outside. I wouldn't make this a must stop on your itinerary. Time to check out Vegas Vic's wife, Vegas Vicki. Though you have to be 21 to get inside Circa to find her, it is free to do so. Vegas Vicki was built in 1980 over the defunct Glitter Gulch Strip Club, and the two were married in 1994. It seems weird to be talking about the wedding of two neon signs. When the strip club and adjacent casinos were demolished in 2017, she was restored and placed inside Circa, where she now resides on that footprint. There's an attached bar appropriately called Vegas Vicki's Cocktail Lounge. Also at Circa is Stadium Swim. That's the massive pool complex almost everybody on Facebook will tell you that you must do. We humbly disagree. The trip up to it is long and tedious, and security here is absolutely crazy. Plus, the capacity is massive, and I don't know about you, but I get fussy if a single other person gets in a pool with me, let alone 4,000 other people. But if day drinking expensive drinks in a pool with 4,000 people and watching the sports ball on giant screens is your thing, you probably won't mind paying the $25 general admission price. The upside to this spot is that it is one of the few pools in Vegas open 365 days a year and also open late until 11 p.m. Most pools close during the off season, and even during peak summer hours, they close at 5 or 6 in the evening because the casinos want you spending money inside, not hanging out at the pool for free. Last up on things to do is another free one. You can take a free digital photo with $1 million cash inside Bingans. This is pretty cool, and we tend to do it every time we're in downtown. Of course, you can also always gamble at any of the casinos. There are 12 casinos on or near Fremont, each offering table games and slots in a variety of experiences. We like playing the tables at the Golden Gate, the Downtown Grand, and the D, and we like playing slots at the Golden Gate. It should be noted that Las Vegas Advisor book I mentioned during the Mob Museum also has a ton of gaming coupons, including a lot of $25 to $50 match plays. Those downtown casinos are Four Queens, Downtown Grand, El Cortez, Golden Gate, the D, and the Plaza. If you're looking to save hundreds in Vegas, Las Vegas Advisor Platinum membership can do just that. This book is packed with discounts on accommodations, attractions, drinks, food, gaming, and shows. The discounts cover properties in the Strip area, Fremont Street, and the larger Vegas Valley. Still undecided? Check out our Fremont Street video where we saved over $200 in a single day using our Las Vegas Advisor coupon book. Use the link in the description below to get your book today. Moving on to restaurants on the Fremont Street experience. We'll place the Las Vegas Advisor logo in the corner of the screen for any location that has a buy one get one coupon inside the book. Now we're going to start the dining section off on kind of a bummer note with White Castle. To be clear, we do not dislike White Castle food, we dislike this location. They ranked only a 6 out of 10 with us in our Battle Royale Vegas Burger series because of the wait here. The entire series is linked in the description below. It is White Castle, so you kind of know what you're getting, but because it's cheap, with an original slider combo ringing in at only $9.99, and because it's open 24 hours, this place is not equipped to handle the crowds it gets. It also feels kind of dark and run down inside. We waited over an hour for 4 sliders, a regular fry, and a regular fountain drink. Now we're not saying to skip White Castle, but the Strip and Jean locations are much more able to handle the crowds and get you on your way. Heading up to the Plaza, there are 2 quick stop cheap eats that we think are worth your time. The first is Pop-Up Pizza. They open at 11 and close at midnight Sunday through Thursday and 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday. In addition to cheap slices, they feature a combo deal, which is $12.99 and includes 2 slices and a soda. We grabbed a slice of Suprema and a slice of Mike's Hot Pepperoni plus a Diet Pepsi, and then we added a side of mozzarella sticks for $8. This pizza is some of the best in Vegas. They scored a 7 out of 10 in our Battle Royale Las Vegas Pizza Ranking series, and don't worry, there's a link to all 4 of those videos produced to date in the description below as well. We really do like this spot because the pizza is consistent every time we go. Up next is the Fresh Mexican Grill located just inside the Plaza to the right, up in their food court area. This spot opens at 11 a.m. 7 days a week, closing at 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, but staying open till midnight Fridays and Saturdays. This place is like Chipotle, but good. We grabbed a fully loaded carne asada burrito big enough to share for only $12.50. This thing is one of the bigger burritos I've enjoyed in my life. The flavors are on point, and adding chips and salsa for a few bucks more is a great way to turn this into a meal for two. Your burrito is fully customizable and made to order. Further down on Fremont Street, we head into the D to American Coney Island. They're open 24 hours a day. And we love the Coney dog for $5.47. It comes loaded with chili, onion, and mustard. This one is messy and delicious and hits all the right notes no matter what time of day you go. This dog ranks 8 out of 10 in our Battle Royale Vegas hot dog series. Those videos are also linked in the description below. The dining room here is small, but you can enter through the D or through Fremont Street, which is nice. Just across the boulevard is the 322 Pizza Bar. They hold a 7 out of 10 from us, and this spot is loud and increasingly filled with drunk people the later it gets. A slice of cheese here is $8.95, which is cheap for Vegas, but higher than any other slice we grab downtown. It's good enough for a late night slice, and it's a decent size for sharing. They open at noon daily and stay open until 2 a.m., so those late night cravings are covered. The line can be long and extend into Fremont Street, and there's a security presence here that made me feel uncomfortable. This is also definitely not a spot for kids. Up next is Heart Attack Grill, part of the aforementioned Neonopoulos, and one of the highlights of that venue. Now, I was skeptical about coming to this spot on Fremont Street. The website's pretty terrible, offering nothing more than a couple embedded YouTube videos. And guys, it's 2025. Stop making me hunt for menus with prices. I finally did find a menu on the internet with prices, and I discovered a real disdain for paying taxes, their cash-only policy, and a ludicrous amount of calories available. But the gimmick did intrigue me. Now, when you arrive, you're required to put on a hospital gown, and the nurses here are a little flirty and a little sassy. The decor here is wild. This was never on my shooting schedule until several viewers said I had to do it. I went with the single bypass, which is their base half-pound burger topped with cheese, tomato, way too much purple onion, and chili. At the time of filming, it's $13.47 for this. I also got an alcoholic beverage, which is served in a pill bottle, and I thought that was really cool. The burger's definitely tasty and doesn't eat as big as you think. The chili adds a little something, and honestly, I didn't miss pickles, lettuce, or sauce. We gave this burger a 7.5 out of 10. At the northwest end of Fremont at the Main Street Station is the Garden Court Buffet. This buffet is open for brunch 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner Friday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now, brunch is $23.99 Monday through Friday and $26.99 Saturday and Sunday, whereas dinner is $32.99. Since we were there on a Saturday for brunch, $26.99 is the price that we're going to base this review on. The buffet has your standard Vegas brunch buffet items, including eggs, breakfast meats, potatoes, pastries, mac and cheese, salads, carved meats, pizzas, and carb-heavy sides. They also feature a fairly good selection of Hawaiian staples. Now, this is the only buffet in downtown Vegas, and the price is better than some of the cheapest buffets on the Strip. For breakfast, the eggs, bacon, crepes, biscuits and gravy, and corned beef hash were good, but their frittata and the chorizo were unsuccessful. For lunch items, I love the mac and cheese, whereas Alyssa just sort of liked it. Now, we have opposite opinions for the seasoned potatoes, since she enjoyed them and I didn't really care too much for them. The mashed potatoes and gravy, mac salad, and pizza were all delicious, while the fish here wasn't so great. Desserts were all yummy, with the coconut macaroon taking the gold for me. This buffet has good variety and quality food, and it's worth every penny. Service is some of the friendliest I've had at a Vegas buffet, and I've got a fun story for you. There was this obnoxious child being allowed to run all over the dining room by its parents because they were absolutely not disciplining or caring that they had kids at all. And the hostess from the far end of this very large dining room came over and scolded the mom. I gave her a high five and a tip. Like, seriously, best service ever. We got in line at 9:22 a.m. here, and we were seated with our first plate of food by 9:43 a.m. It felt a lot longer waiting to pay, and that line looks like it's going to take a lot longer, but it did move pretty quickly, especially for a Saturday during prime brunch hours. Overall, this is a must stop if buffet dining is on your downtown Vegas list. We headed inside the Golden Nugget to the Chart House. Now, I'm going to preface this entry by saying that Golden Nugget's website is generally inaccurate regarding their happy hours at all their venues, so just ignore the website. At time of filming, the Chart House is the only Golden Nugget venue that still offers a happy hour, and it runs Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., offering $7 to $11 apps and drinks ranging from $5 to $9. The food options are happy hour exclusives. You can't get them if you just come for dinner one night. The restaurant itself opens at 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. on Fridays and noon on Saturdays and Sundays. And they'll stay open until the last person's done being served. The service here is really friendly and the ambiance is spectacular. We'd like to offer a shout out to their GM, Mike, for being an awesome guy. We grabbed these kimchi calamari, which were absolutely delicious, and the drinks are also really good here. This is worth a stop if you're looking for a higher end dining experience when you're downtown. We've got 2 spots to check out inside the Fremont Casino. Back in the food court is Steak and Shake. It holds an 8.5 out of 10 because the value at this location is absolutely phenomenal. For $5.99, you get a single steak burger combo, which comes with a steak burger topped with ketchup, pickle, and onion, a side of fries, and a very small drink. Now, is this the best burger you're ever going to eat? No, but it is pretty darn tasty, and you really can't beat the deal. Even the fries are good here. There's also plenty of indoor and outdoor seating. All in all, the burger special makes this a great cheap lunch or just a snack to soak up booze. And since they're open from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. 7 days a week, there's a good chance you're going to need to soak up booze. Next up is the Lanai Express, located in the middle of the casino. They're open 11 a.m. until 7 a.m. every single day. And yes, you heard me right. They're only closed for 4 hours a day. Now, prices have gone up drastically from just a few years ago, but it's still a great place to grab some cheap snacks. I confirmed current pricing with a food and beverage supervisor as of April 8th, 2025. We grabbed a Spam Musubi at $5.99, and while it's tasty, you can get 2 for that price just outside of the ABC store. Some real great deals here include the $5.99 hot dog, which you can top with relish, onion, mustard, ketchup, or mayonnaise. It has a nice snap and it's got good flavor. It ranks a 7 out of 10 for us. But perhaps the best deal is their popular $3.99 shrimp cocktail. It's a great walking snack, and while it's not 99 cents like it used to be, I still find value here and consider it a tasty, cheap eat. We're heading southeast of the Fremont Street Experience to find another popular pizza spot called Evo Pie. That's evil as in Evel Knievel. This is one of our favorites, holding a 9 out of 10 in our ranking videos. They have an $8 pizza slice and beer special. $8 for a local craft beer and a darn good slice of pizza? Sign me up. Now, this place is insanely crowded due to its popularity, but the service is super friendly, and the whole museum dive bar vibe is really cool. Just be prepared to wait in line. They're open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and I'm going to call this one a must-stop on Fremont. Now, we did grab lunch and a drink in Seagulls 1941 inside the El Cortez. It's weird because prior to visiting, I kind of thought this was a high-end steakhouse, and it's just a cafe. The place was practically empty when we arrived, and it took over 14 minutes for anybody to approach our table. It was a random person too, not even our server, because they couldn't figure out who our server was, who had our empty section. And they tried finding out by speaking to several other employees, and nobody knew. So this random person ended up taking our order, and then it was another long period of time before they came back with our drinks, let alone the food. Thankfully, that food was delicious. I got an open-faced turkey sandwich that I was really craving, and it hit the spot. And Alyssa tried their French dip and really enjoyed it. Now for drinks, the server recommended the bacon old-fashioned for me, and boy howdy was it fantastic. That was the right recommendation, so at least my server knew how to read their crowd. Alyssa had a martini that she loved even with its tartness. You know how she likes martinis and non-sweet drinks, so this one hit the spot. I'd love to spend more time at the El Cortez in the future, so we're probably going to have to come back. Now we're going to step outside of that Steak and Shake I mentioned earlier and cross the street to a place called Pizza Rock, which is part of the Downtown Grand. In fact, we've got 3 spots to look at there. Pizza Rock ranks an 8.5 out of 10 in our pizza series, and anytime you ask somebody where the best pizza downtown is, they almost always say Pizza Rock. Now that being said, we shared a slice of cheese pizza bigger than Alyssa's head, and it only cost $7.25. Now keep in mind their website does not mention slices being available. And when I called, the person that answered told me slices were not available, that you could only get slices during happy hour. That's simply not true, guys. You can grab a slice from their slice counter anytime they're open and either enjoy it in their bar area or take it to go. This place closes early for a Fremont Street staple that everybody loves, at least in my opinion. Don't plan on stopping here late night because they'll probably be closed. They open 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 11:30 a.m. to midnight Friday and Saturday. Next up inside the Downtown Grand is Lucky's. Now it's just inside and to the left. It started as a hot dog cart, literally, and now it's expanded to a full-size snack bar. The winner here is the Nathan's hot dog and 12-ounce beer for only $3. The hot dog's great for the price, and while PBR is not my favorite beer, it does go with the hot dog nicely. There's a full toppings bar so you can add ketchup, mustard, sauerkraut, onions, and relish to the dog. This spot is cash only, and they open at 11 a.m. daily, but they do close early evening. So this is another spot you're not going to find late night. Finally, inside the Grand, we discovered Freedom Beat. This spot offers a variety of apps from $5 to $8 and drinks from $4 to $5 during their happy hour, which runs 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. They are open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 7 a.m. to midnight Friday and Saturday. Alyssa grabbed a gin and tonic and I grabbed another $4 PBR pint. Drinks were fine and service is friendly, but the real winner here is these Gouda mac and cheese bites for $5 during happy hour. They taste like fried balls stuffed with boxed mac and cheese with Gouda flavor instead of cheddar powder flavor. These are delicious and the ranch balances it all out. Now please note, you're likely to find a second happy hour online featuring a late night burger special. They don't offer that anymore. They do have that burger special that they used to advertise for late night during their happy hour on Fridays and Saturdays, and it's $7.77. Our next spot is the Downtown Container Park, and it's called Mob Pie. Now, Mob Pie is literally a closet serving up pizza that ties for us in our rankings with Evo Pie at 9 out of 10. The pizza's large and in charge, and it only costs $6 for a slice of cheese. Grab a slice and take it over to the stage area at the Downtown Container Park to enjoy some live music. This place is open 11 to 8 Sunday through Thursday and 11 to 10 Friday and Saturday. Service is friendly here and there is plenty of outdoor seating. This is one of the few spots that makes the Downtown Container Park worth a visit. Victory Burger is located inside the Circa, and it was actually a replacement spot for us because Freedom Beat stopped that late night burger special. This spot was recommended by 3 staff members from Freedom Beat, so I went in with high expectations. The American burger is the most expensive of the burgers we've tried downtown at $14.50. The burger is a nice bite and it comes out piping hot, and the fixings are all tasty, but the winner here is this buttery bun. It holds a 9 out of 10 for us because it's that good. You know what though? Victory Burger has a selection of sauces at the table, and this burger gets extra credit because of the Boom Boom sauce. Do not skip out on this sauce, y'all. I also like that it overlooks the sportsbook area. They're open 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. Fridays. They're open from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. Saturdays and 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sundays. So mixed hours a lot of the week. Saginas is also inside Circa, and it's open 24 hours a day. Like any good deli, they're crowded during meal periods. You order at a counter and your food's brought to you. I've never considered this spot a cheap eat, but it is a tasty one. There are technically what I'm going to call late night specials, but I can never stay up late enough to get them. You have to want to eat after midnight. We did grab Eve's Heavenly Latkes for $10. They're delicious, thin, crispy potato pancakes made fresh to order with grated potato, egg, matzo meal, onion, and schmaltz, whatever that is. And it's served with sour cream and house-made applesauce. And yes, we sucked it up and ate the sour cream, much to our stomach's dismay. Now, we also grabbed Neonopoulos garlic bread for only $5, which was some of the best garlic bread I've ever eaten. It's challah bread grilled and topped with a spread of butter and chopped garlic. Simple, delicious. Getting small apps and sharing is one way to lower your costs here. Inside the California Hotel, grab breakfast at Aloha Specialties. This hotel caters to our Hawaiian friends, and the spot's no different. I will say that this place is supposed to open at 9 a.m. 7 days a week, and then they close at 7 p.m. Sunday through Wednesday and 9 p.m. Thursday through Saturday. Now, the reason I say supposed to is because they actually take island time a little seriously and open slightly after 9 the day we were there. And we shared a very large Loco Moco plate for only $12.75. Coffee was $1.75 and bottled water was $2. Now, we make Loco Moco regularly at home, and we sampled various versions of it across all 4 main Hawaiian islands. It's one of our favorite dishes to eat, if not one of the least healthiest we eat. This one hit every spot it needed to and then some. It's a great way to start your day. And for under $16 for a hearty meal and beverages for 2, that's a great Vegas bargain. Heading over to Bingans, we grabbed breakfast at the Bingans Cafe. They're open from 7 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. And the spot reminded me of kind of an old school Denny's, complete with a waitress that might as well have been named Flo. We grabbed the Bingans Basic, which comes with 2 eggs, hash browns, and toast. The plates are $15.49 each, and the eggs were perfectly cooked and the hash browns filled with buttery goodness. And you know we're never going to say no to sourdough. Now, the coffee's a bit pricier, and it tastes like just diner coffee. But all in all, this cheap breakfast will start your day out right. We're heading across the street to Fort Queens and up to Magnolias Veranda. They're open from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. 7 days a week. I grabbed this massive taco salad for $19.99, and honestly, we could have split this. It's loaded with refried beans, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, black olives, green chilies, and iceberg lettuce. It's served in a crisp tortilla bowl with house-made salsa, sour cream, and guacamole, and then you can choose between seasoned ground beef or flame-grilled chicken. I chose the beef, but I skipped the sour cream, and this was really good. Alyssa's avocado melt was also $19.99 and could have been shared as well if the fries were a little better. The sandwich itself was great though, and it comes with your choice of flame-grilled chicken or turkey. And then you get avocado, garlic lemon aioli, crispy bacon, malted provolone, and it's served on this crispy Parmesan crusted sourdough bread. They found a way to make sourdough better. Alyssa really enjoyed this one. And then we topped the meal off with 2 22-ounce on-site brewed beers that are only $9 each for these massive beers. They are absolutely delicious, and on our next visit, we're going to have to check out the on-site brew house. Now, the prices at Magnolias Veranda might seem a little higher than any of the other places we've covered, but the portion sizes are massive, and service here is about as friendly as it comes. Moving on to bars. Now, we visited 5 of these bars as part of the Royal Crawl, which is a prepaid bar crawl that includes the opportunity to win prizes. We'll denote those locations with this logo in the corner of the screen, and there's a link in the description below that will get you 50% off the Royal Crawl. And you can check out both of our downtown and Link Promenade Royal Crawl review videos in the playlist at the end of this one. Also, don't forget to keep your eyes peeled for the Las Vegas Advisor logo to find even more discounts. The underground is that speakeasy I mentioned in the basement of the Mob Museum. You can enter from the museum via a staircase or just go around the building and find the whiskey barrel. Head down those stairs and knock. You'll need the password that they post on their website to get in. They're open Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Thursday to Sunday, 11 a.m. to midnight. Cocktails start around $15 each, which isn't bad for what you're getting. Now, seating can be hard to find here, and for some reason they have these standing shelves around the pillars, but you're not allowed to use them. The ambiance is pretty cool as long as you don't turn around to look into the distilling room, which is shiny new equipment, breaking that old speakeasy immersion. Service here is friendly, and you could probably spend quite a bit of time here. We grabbed the Underground Old Fashioned for $16 and the Marlowe also for $16. Both were served speakeasy style in a hollowed out book. This is a really cool bar to check out. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to give us that thumbs up, click subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss new content. Find us across social media by looking for Braggins Adventures, and support the channel by becoming a channel member. Click join below to get started. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect at the Sand Dollar downtown inside the Plaza. It's a strangely shaped venue as it's long and skinny. There's a pool hall space to the right of the long bar and a lounge space to the left. Service was friendly and the drinks got the job done, but it does feel dark in here. It also felt very much like a locals joint. I didn't feel unwelcome there, but I didn't feel like I was part of the gang. They're open 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week. Outside the Plaza is the Carousel Bar, which, in addition to being just a great spot to people watch, features some of the nicest bartenders in downtown, and the best Bloody Mary we've had on Fremont. They call it the Filthy Vegas, and it's well worth the $15 price tag. It's also a hot spot day or night. They're open Monday through Thursday at noon and Friday to Sunday at 11 a.m., and they'll stay open until you're done drinking. The Carousel Bar also offers Nevada's only outdoor video poker machines. That's pretty cool. The long bar inside the D is exactly as described. It's a long bar, although not as long as its sister bar over at Circa, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But the bartenders here are really nice, and they do what I'm going to call light flair, but that's only in comparison to some of the other flair bars. I do like that this bar is right in the action of the casino because its kinetic energy feels fun. It's also open 24 hours a day, so there's ample opportunity to find a seat. Also in the D, we checked out Bar Canada, which features some of the coolest bartenders anywhere. Yuri is our absolute favorite bartender in all of downtown and possibly all of Vegas. We made a couple of friends and opted to do a shot ski here. This was my first time doing this. Shout out to Joe and Abby for sticking the landing with us. Bar Canada, like Long Bar, does not put a space in their name, which gave my brain cramps when writing the script and doing the graphics. They are open till 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. If you're into sports, this would be my pick. Our favorite happy hour on the list is at a place called Mickey Finn's, and it runs Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. You can grab $7 and $9 drinks and $8 snacks in the coolest Hawaiian dive bar themed place on Fremont. Plus, there's live music. Now they're open 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. daily. We really love the theming here, and the bartenders are really friendly. Alyssa got the spicy margarita, which is made with all the same ingredients as our next spot, Hennessies, right down to the vodka brand, but this one's tastier and a much more generous pour. I got the tribal Mai Tai, which took me right back to the islands. I'm not a sweet drink guy, but this one's so well balanced you have to check it out. And both cocktails were only $9 each. For food, we shared the Maui Beach Balls, which are cheese-stuffed panko fried rice balls, corn salsa, onion, garlic, pineapple, and a drizzle of fire ranch. They're very limited, so get there early if you want them. Alright, I mentioned Hennessies. They've got a happy hour as well on the right next door. Their happy hour runs Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 and offers $7 to $11 drinks and $8 snacks. The regular hours are 9 a.m. to 2, 7 days a week. Alyssa grabbed the $9 Tantillo's Spicy Jalapeno Margarita, just like the one from Mickey Finn's, and she loved it. I grabbed a $9 Hennessy's Elijah Craig Small Batch Old Fashioned, which is one of the better Old Fashions I've enjoyed. Now, we split these $8 chicken lemongrass pot stickers. They were flavorful, and the ponzu sauce really completes the dish, but it felt really strange eating them in an Irish pub. Just be sure you sit on the large outdoor patio so that you could people watch Fremont Street. One bar at Golden Gate is one of those bars I never thought I would visit. It's actually located outside, and it's one of those overly sweet frozen spots at first glance, but it's actually a full bar with flair bartenders, and they're friendly and fun. Plus, it's literally next to the Fremont stage with live music. Alyssa and I both grabbed a Woodford Reserve, and let me tell you, it hit the spot. At night, the bartenders also dance up on the bar while the bands are playing. This one's open from noon to 2 a.m. every single day, and it's the perfect place to grab a drink and watch the Viva Vision show or the adjacent band. Wait a minute, one bar doesn't have a space in their name either. That's wrinkling my brain. Inside the Golden Gate is Bar Prohibition. This bar is filled with so much history. Throughout its long history, this original Golden Gate bar has operated under many names. These include a Wild West watering hole in the last frontier, a place for the wild women of the Roaring Twenties to let loose, and a whiskey-washed hangout frequented by Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and Dean Martin during the Rat Pack era. The Golden Gate Hotel and Casino has been partying since 1906, and Bar Prohibition continues the legacy that spans more than a century. Service here is friendly, and they do have some cool custom cocktails. They're open 24 hours a day, and sitting at the same bar Sinatra drank at is nothing but the best. We grabbed drinks at the Filament Bar inside the Fremont Casino. Even being right on the casino floor, the decor had me feeling like I was in a different time. This bar has a calming presence, with seating allowing you to ignore the casino or people watch those inside it. Alyssa grabbed a dirty martini here, which was as dirty as it looks, and I enjoyed a whiskey soda, which was refreshing. Drinks are in the $8 range. They're open Sunday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. and Saturday through Sunday from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. If you're just thirsty and looking for nothing in particular, head to the Furnace Bar located inside the middle of downtown Grand and grab what used to be called the Joey Special. It's now called the Grand Duo, but if you accidentally ask for the Joey Special, they'll know what you mean. It's a PBR and a shot of Evan Williams for $4. Downtown Grand is a great spot to drink for cheap. This bar is open 24 hours a day, and the bartenders are always friendly here. Plus, the ability to scope out the casino from 360 degrees is a plus. This is one of my favorite downtown watering holes. Bin 702 is located in the downtown container park just outside the Fremont Street Experience. Now, their happy hour runs from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week. During happy hour, they feature $5 beers, $7 cocktails, and $7 glasses of wine. They also have a small selection of cheap bites to help soak up the booze during that happy hour. The regular hours are Monday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m., and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. The downtown container park has plenty of seating, so grab your stuff and move away from Bin 702's crowded patio. The lines here can get pretty insane, but this is one of the few spots that makes the downtown container park worth a visit. We grabbed a $6 whiskey and a delicious $7 red blend. But the real winner here was that plain grilled cheese for $5. It's literally the best grilled cheese I've ever eaten. This spot has a great food and beverage menu and offers really friendly service. There are two bars that we checked out inside the Circa. Both are part of the Royal Crawl, so we didn't pay for the drinks here. You can assume standard mixed drinks are $10 to $15 at both. For the first drink, we headed to the Overhang Bar for some cool flair bartending and 3 really nice bartenders. I got a simple whiskey and Alyssa stuck with the gin and tonic here. The bar is cool because it overlooks the action of the sports bar from the quieter and less crowded second floor. This really might be my favorite bar inside Circa. Now, the second bar we went to is the Mega Bar. This is that sister bar of the D's Long Bar that I mentioned earlier. We've been here a few times, and the flair bartenders here are fun and friendly. This bar definitely earns its name, and it runs the full length of the Circa. It's actually kind of insane how long this bar is. Located on the first floor of the property, this high-energy space gives guests the chance to watch talented bartenders, known for the dazzling behind-the-bar flair skills, as they send bottles and glasses flying through the air all day and night long. This is Nevada's longest indoor bar at 165 feet. Much like most bar gaming, drinks are free at the Cal Sports Bar inside the California Hotel as long as you're playing. The bartenders here are really friendly, and we enjoyed playing video blackjack. We grabbed Jim Beam and a gin and tonic, and I highly recommend the Cal Sports Lounge. These are my kind of bars. No gimmicks, no pretense, just good service with good pours. Whiskey Liquor Up is that rotating bar on the second floor at Bingans. Now, it's technically a full restaurant, but since we've only ever used it as a bar and sat only at the rotating bar, I'm including it here in the bar section. They're open at 11:30 a.m. daily, and they'll stay open until the last drinker's done. The bar seating can be crowded because, well, it's a freaking cool rotating bar. The service is really friendly and the pours are generous. Prices will vary depending on what you order, and we've been so many times I can't narrow it down to just one drink. For a good cocktail at Bingans, we headed to the Unnamed Casino Bar for some deliciously spicy Bloody Marys. The bartender was great. All in all, this was a good stop. The bar's not listed on the website, but given its location, I'm guessing it's open 24 hours a day. We definitely enjoyed the tabletop video poker while sipping our drinks. They're free if you're playing. And that's our comprehensive look at food, beverage, and entertainment options in downtown Las Vegas. Now, obviously, we can't eat at every restaurant or drink at every bar or see every show and concert, but hopefully this video gives you a good starting point. Don't forget to grab your Las Vegas Advisor Platinum Membership coupon book by using the link in the description below. It's a great way to support the channel, and your $50 annual membership can save you literally hundreds of dollars just in downtown alone. If you liked this video, be sure to give us that thumbs up, click subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Find us across social media by looking for Bingans Adventures, and become a channel member by clicking join below to get started. Check out our other great content on screen. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye!